Hello, hi. I don't really have an ASMR stream mic or anything, so we're gonna work with what we have. Hi. Hope you guys are having a good one. Happy Tuesday. I put on a nice little backing track of, some Christmas music. Dude, it's already the 9th of December. Hi. I'm gonna be real, I don't fully know exactly what to do here for ASMR other than just be comfy and not talk real loud. But I think it'll work just the same, really. Yeah. I don't normally do ASMR, that's true. So I'm like, doing my best. Wing it, yeah. Unintended. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I feel like I should do maybe a story, but I also have other things that I have. I don't know if you are ready for that, though. I mean, I don't know if it's picking up already, but a bell or jingle bells. But it's like not a loud one. I also have one of my basically like fidget toys. I have like that's a little loud, that one, but it's like I thought it'd be nice to have something like this. I'm trying to think of like other things I have. I have this like lighter that's like, I don't smoke or anything, but it's like just for the noise. It's kind of like, it's got a nice sound to it. I like that one. But I'm just like, I don't have like a pen to click or something other than this again. It's almost like bubble wrap, kinda. But I do like comfy, just hanging out kind of time. Keyboard types, yeah, I could like write an essay almost. I feel like it's just gonna be a nice little hangout today. So, yeah. Fingernails on the surface. The closest is like, I don't know if it's even really picking up though, is the thing, Welcome in, hi. Oh, you know what I do have? Hold on. I don't know if this is gonna like sound actually any good. Because I have like a glass for soda normally. That does sound. Wait. Yeah, I like that. Just like, it almost sounds like a bell, a little bit. I also turned off notifications so that it won't like startle us if anybody does any you know, subs or braids or anything. I have to like really, really meter out my voice so that I'm not like any louder than this though. Hi, welcome in. If you are just joining us, hi. Welcome into not normal, but like still a fun time for stream. We're basically just hanging out, but I'm being nice and comfy. If things are a little too loud on one thing or another, let me know. Yeah, really special treat. True. I can imagine a notification jump scare. Yeah, I've thought about that before, so I'm like, no, I'd rather not. Can I get a good job? Good job. I hope you're doing really good. Appreciate you even coming on by. I think today I'm gonna be a lot more lenient with that stuff, okay? Don't worry. Appreciate you. Welcome in. I feel like the holiday seasons are really stressful for a lot of people. And so I'm gonna do what I can to help people relax a little more today. Also, I do apologize. I am not always super familiar with what to do, but I like yapping with my hooligans, my chat. So, yeah. I could have also asked a friend. I have a few friends that do ASMR. And I was like, maybe I should have asked. But, yeah. Maybe at some point, do other stuff like this if you guys really like it. But for now, just hanging out is good enough for me. Welcome in. I thought like smooth jazz would be nice. This always makes me feel like really comfy for the holidays at the least. Like the little drums and stuff from like Charlie Brown music. Where it's nothing crazy, but it's like still fun. Also, hi, welcome in. Happy Tuesday. Happy holidays. I still want to, do so much more for the holidays, but I feel like this is good. At least a good, a good ASMR day. Happy Tuesday. Yeah, you got it. Oh, still feel like, okay, still want to talk about stuff, right? I'm such a yapping kind of dude, okay, sorry. So, there is apparently the new Pokemon game, new Pokemon DLC stuff is already out. I think I got it. So we're going to be playing that on Friday. I'm very excited for that. Feel like I don't know exactly what to expect, but I like the idea. Playing some Pokemon. I think there's some after story gameplay as well that I didn't get to do that I think it'd be nice to do and catch up with you guys. Yeah. Gonna do ASMR push-ups if somebody donates 20. I might. I'm not sure. Feel like for now, maybe not today. I'd have to figure out what to do instead. What would that even be? I don't know. Because it's like, to me, it seems like it would be something like really hard to pick up on the mic if I'm trying to be like nice and comfortable. Because I'm like so far away if I'm doing that, right? So I couldn't really move the mic close enough to pick it up. I don't think so, at least. Just heavy breathing. I feel like something like it, where it's like, you know, if you've ever seen somebody play Ring Fit would be a fun stream. But I'm like, try to figure out how to strap an ASMR mic to himself while working out. We'll make a food show $1 million. I mean, maybe I gotta work on that tech, man. There's an untapped market. Oh man, that's crazy. I could not imagine. Especially if you're like, man, you'd have to do it at a home gym too, right? Basically. I could do something that's like very me right now. And I'm like, but the thing is, right? I don't want it to be like making fun of ASMR. But I'm like, I kind of want to open a can of soda for ASMR. But it might be like really loud. It's like Hooty Hoo ASMR. You can hear the little like still closed can of soda hit my head. Hit my headphones with the soda, sorry. It sounds like kind of weird. Soda tap ASMR. I mean, it doesn't sound bad, okay? I'll say that. It's pretty good stuff. Yeah. I wish I was that can. I swear. Hi Scully, how you doing? Now I'm like, okay. Whoa. That was me. Dude, I'm so clumsy sometimes. I'm hitting like the glass of like my normally I use a glass for like drinking the soda. Could you read us a story? Yeah. Gotta find a good story. I had some ideas, but I wasn't sure what would be like the best one for it. I have like mostly like ASMR stories, but I feel like I can find another one that's like more holidays, maybe? I don't know. Something Christmassy, yeah. Like I could read The Grinch or something. Could you? Could you imagine? Well, I mean, I might be able to. Trend of shit post ASMR. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You do they go the fuck to sleep as a video reward? Do I? Yes, I do. Yeah. It's kind of silly. I forgot about that. My bad. It's my bad. Do I still have that storybook somewhere? I might. If anything, like, I could probably find like a D&D or tabletop, like, rule book or something. Maybe that would be good for ASMR. Get some people to fall asleep to the rules of like Pathfinder or something. Super nerdy. Your boyfriend who just doesn't know how to like D&D like dungeon master, and he's just getting frustrated like, what do you mean these are the rules? This shit sucks. What do you mean you get a bonus to stealth if you're in blah blah blah, you know? Just random commentary. It'd be kind of funny. Your dungeon master just doesn't understand the rules more than you do even. It's like, why is it I don't want to use that rule. I feel like it's kind of dumb to use this rule. So we're gonna just like not, you know? I don't care how big the room is. I said I cast fireball. True. BF reads the one official module that slime sickle. Yeah. Oh, the least, like, poorest rated Dungeons and Dragons book. ASMR. The DM doesn't understand balance and total party kills the players. That's so silly. The bard seduces the dragon. That's a good one, though. That would be a fun one. I feel like there's gotta be like an ASMR story like that, right? Maybe. I feel like most of what I would do is like joke stuff like that. But I still like I don't know, people taking it serious. I'm not trying to be like, a tourist and just like make fun of it. I think ASMR is really cool whenever it's something that actually helps people get to sleep or, relax relax after a nice day. I think it's really cool. Kind of makes me happy to see, like, I don't know, some people just enjoying my voice or the little tiny soft tones and stuff. I'm also trying not to hiccup because I had a meal right before stream, so I apologize. Was your, I guess, part of your, like, Twitch Wrapped or something? It'd be funny, though. A little bit. The problem is, right? I'm like, it's hard to tell if it's gonna be like a hiccup or not, you know? I'm like, I don't want bad audio, especially right now. Yeah. I had calamari. It was like this frozen calamari, but it was really nice. I mean, you know, it's as quality as I could get it for, you know, what I got. Not a homemade or anything, but it was still a nice octopus. Yeah. Not very Christmassy as a meal, though, so. But I'm gonna be real, yeah, I've not really watched a lot of ASMR myself. I like the idea. It's more like the idea of, like roleplay stuff, right? I think that's kind of fun. Where it's like playing a character for you guys. I like the funniest, but I also like, I don't know, little stuff like that. Oh yeah, I forgot. Soda. Do you want to hear it? The soda pop. Can opening ASMR. This might be a little loud, so I'm like, trying to think of if I hold it away from the mic or closer to the mic. I don't know. I'm gonna hold it like where my mouth would be. It was a little loud, but that's okay. Wispy. Pretty good. But here's the cool part. Let me see. Can I do this? This might add to it. So you hear this, right? That's my cup with a glass straw in it. So it's nice and reusable straw. I can like pour the soda into there, and it's like gonna some like ASMR that way. It's not like picking up. It's making it like weirdly bubbly. I don't know if you can hear. I have to hold it really close to the mic for it to even pick up. So welcome back. Hi. Sorry that this is not my normal stream. Normally I do not do ASMR. And so this is possibly a bit jarring versus yesterday's stream. But hi. Welcome in. This is a big old reward for those that were donating during one of my special events. And so here's like the stream where I try to do ASMR as good as I know how to, which is I'm not very familiar, but I'm trying. I like some glass straws. I like this, like the bell. Or Christmassy. Christmassy ASMR. I feel like it might be a little jarring though. Because I'm like, how do I get this? Hold on. It's like one of these where it would be either like a bracelet or something like that. I get to just vibe, hang out with my hooligans, tap a little hangout. Oh my god, Jesus Christ. I'm so clumsy. I hit my pen off of its stand. I'm so sorry. I'm such a clumsy dude. Sorry. I'm like, any loud noises, I'm like losing my mind. I'm just like, oh shit. Grow limbs with your tail. Tall ass. Yeah, man. Never really, like, grew into, like, how to be coordinated. I'm still super uncoordinated as a person. And I'm like, man, I don't know how to help that. Maybe I should start doing gymnastics. Who knows? But I feel like it's just kind of nice hanging out. Because then I also get to be like, you know, just hanging out, having a good time, yapping like I do. But there's like an added difficulty of just trying to make it comfy, you know. Be like Nightwing. Well, is Nightwing tall? I don't think so. I'm not really sure. I mean, I know Nightwing has a nice ass, but that's besides the point. Your voice is perfect for this. Appreciate that. I think a lot of people have always kind of assumed, even if I don't do ASMR, that I would be good at it. So it's kind of silly. It's kind of funny to me. I'm like, I'm doing what I can, right? I mean, isn't he like 6'2"? Oh, maybe. Hi. Welcome in. Welcome, welcome. If you're a rhythm gamer, you got new rhythm doctor. Oh yeah, I've heard about that. I'm DJ. Welcome in. I've seen about some trailers, and I think some people playing the demo a while back. Don't be weird. I feel like I was saying this earlier. So it's like today I feel like I'd be a little more lenient. It's fine. I mean, I don't know. As long as you're not like super weird, I guess. You know? As long as you're not doing anything crazy. Love the little hat. Yeah. I wish it fit a little better. I turned to the side. It doesn't fit quite as right, but I think it's nice. Unbeatable. I don't know if I'm familiar with that one. It's a little loose. A tiny bit. I don't know if I can really help that though. That's okay. Sometimes it'd be like that. Yeah. It's not the sex number. It's like, yeah, the 6'7" thing. Oh my god. Have you seen how weird some people are with that? So stupid. Man. But yeah, I remember hearing about like that rhythm doctor one. Seems like it'd be an interesting game, but I don't know if I'm any good at rhythm games. I've never really played it, you know? My niece keeps saying it. No. It's infected the public. 6'7" is the new 69. Oh, that's true. You know, it's like different reasons. Like, I understand the meme. But also, like, you know, it's not even meant to be funny, from what I know. Keeps trying to get me to say she's a toddler. Oh boy. Ugh. I see some people like some streamers that I know, and they've been kind of like leaning into it just because it's stupid, right? It's kind of funny to me though. I don't really mind. It's one of those things where I'm like, I think the more bothered by it, the more power it gives, right? it's about, right? Yeah. Like, just don't be bothered by it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Trying to ignore it, yeah. I don't think I'm familiar with them. I think they're like an ASMR YouTuber. I'm sorry, I don't really know ASMR streamers or YouTubers or content people. I'm not the most adept at it. I don't watch it a lot myself. I do apologize. Mm-hmm. At most, I think I have watched some of my friends do ASMR. But that's about the most, really. Mm-hmm. Singer. Yeah, normally we don't really, if it's not on topic, talking about other content creators isn't like super, it's not really the vibe kind of thing. Because, if it's not relevant, then there's no real reason. Mm-hmm. It's okay. If you didn't know, then, that's your warning for that kind of thing, Now you know. Don't worry. Need a rataton to drop it. It's Pantapon. Well, I have news for you. Rataton is out. I've played it. It is already done and released. I have played it on stream even. I think there's some silly stuff thinking about the idea that some people may not even remember. I used to do an ASMR stream like once every 2 weeks. I mean, it was like years back, so I don't even blame people for not even knowing that might have been a thing, right? Mm-hmm. It was like maybe once a month, once every couple of weeks. But I think I know the vibe that I like when it comes to these things. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But it has been a while. Wow. Sorry, my neck is a bit stiff, but hope you guys are doing good, taking care of yourself. Did you get some good food today? I was saying earlier that I had myself some nice calamari. And I'm like, you're extremely purple as opposed to only moderately purple. It's true. No, but you'll get something later. That's good. So many bell peppers. Ooh, I do like bell peppers. That's some good stuff. Yeah. Shrimp scampi. Ooh, shrimp and salmon scampi. That sounds nice. I like seafood. Just thinking about the idea of having, like, I don't know, a nice seafood special would be kind of fun. I think that there's some people that have like seafood for a holiday meal. And I'm like, I've never really thought about it as like a holiday time kind of thing. And just sort of have seafood all year. I don't know. Mac and cheese. Ooh. I'm not normally a mac and cheese guy, unless it's like either mixed with a nice like bunch of protein, or if it's like really like toasty, you know, where it's like got that layer of like not crumbly but like crispy cheese on top. That stuff is my favorite. Yeah. I feel like an ooey gooey mac and cheese kind of stuff. It's not really as good for me. But if it's like that with some like a bunch, like a good chunk of like chicken thigh or something, that would be pretty good. Hot dogs, black beans, dirty rice, chicken mini burritos. Oh my goodness. Just a whole, what, like 5-course meal. That sounds kind of nice though. Mac and cheese my cousin makes, and it's so good. Ooh. Yeah, I feel like mac and cheese is one of those where it's nice and like, it's like, kind of food that just warms you up from the inside kind of food. That and like a few other things are my go-tos for like a really cold day. Can you crack your fingers on the mic? I don't know if it's like great audio for that. It might be like weirdly loud. Maybe. I feel like I have like really crackly fingers when I'm like, I have like tense hands. So sometimes I just like almost flex my hands, they sort of crack. It's a little, maybe that's a problem though. I try not to pop my joints as much as I used to. Not because it's like bad for them or anything, but it's like, I sort of realized it picked up on the mic, and I didn't like that when it comes to like, you know, normal ASMR stuff or sounds for stream. But oh God. Whoa. Sorry. It's a long. I don't really have much right now. But that's okay. I also I mean, I have my fidget toys that I can use to like make more audio stuff. Also, welcome in. If you're just joining us, hi. This is a very special sort of uncommon stream for me and my community. I'm not somebody that normally does ASMR but it's a goal that I've been meaning to do for you guys. So, yeah. Let me see. Do I have any means to, like, read out a story for you guys? I don't know. Because I feel like, that's something I didn't prepare. I feel myself like slipping in my chair. I have to readjust every now and then just to not be slumped. But it's like kind of silly to think about. I'm like, don't start slouching or nothing. Yeah, about to ASMR yourself into sleep. That was actually the major issues I've had. Where it's like, I start to get really comfy in myself. And I'm like, oh my god, I'm putting myself to sleep. It's silly. That was the major problem from previous ASMR streams. But I do feel like an ASMR sort of stream like this is like not bad to get into. My voice warmed up for something later, maybe. A comb. I can go try to get one. I don't have one prepared, but I can see. I have a comb and a brush. I'm like, At most, I have like a face rag that I'm like, maybe it would sound nice on the mic. That might have been too loud. I'm sorry. I have other things. No, that's also... no, that's not great. I have my medicine pills. That's a sound that's not probably the best. I do also have like D&D dice. Oh, I might also have metal dice lying around too, yeah. Where would those be? Oh, I have a bag of like... Here's a funny thing from way back. Ads in 5. Oh, stupid ads. Bag of coins. Ruins the atmosphere. Ads are weird, man. I don't like them. You're not gonna tell when they, they're not gonna be super relevant to the experience for sure. Marbles? That I don't think I have. I was just double checking around. I could like rub 2 coins together. Make some like kind kind of silly ASMR that way. It's kind of nice. Not the best, but not the worst. Hi. Welcome in if you're just joining us. Rolling dice and coins, stuff like that is nice. Having just distant sleigh bells is kind of silly. Because I just moving one of my things that I brought. Yeah, it's actually kind of cute. The problem is I don't have a lot of counter space to like roll dice and stuff. The counter space that I do have is like, it's got the mouse pad and stuff, so it's muted like crazy. So it's nothing that's gonna pick out. It's super past the point. But I do like the dice sounds. Roll for initiative. It's pretty good. It's just a d20. And one other die. Nothing like jarring when it comes to the sounds. I feel like when it comes to this music in the back, by the way, I'm so nostalgic for the Charlie Brown playlist. It's so cute. Is a harmonica sound of running fingers along the rim of a glass. Oh, I don't know if my glass would be any good for that, is the problem. I have, it's so silly. I have a cola brand glass. It's kind of like a little counter to those glasses that actually ring when you do that. I have done that in the past, but not like on mic. That's fun stuff. The music sounds like Animal Crossing. Yeah, I do like it. It's like classically, like old school, like Christmas vibes. I like it. So if you're heading out, don't worry. Appreciate you coming on by. This will be a VOD, and I know that the music doesn't get picked up in the VOD, but the positive thing is the fireplace noises will. So don't you fret if you wanted to listen to it later. Yeah. Oh no, ads are about to play. Sorry. Swearing during an ASMR thing is kind of silly in insight. Nice. Oh no, dude, I'm sorry. I should have been way more gently curses into your ear. I mean, I might just do it for somebody though. It's not the intent, but you know what I mean. Just have some water so that I don't sound all crackly later. You know? I don't want to sound like I have vocal cracks or too much vocal fry later. Right? I don't know. Do I have vocal fry as much as some people might? No. Probably not, right? It was a friend of mine's birthday yesterday, and I only realized a bit later into the night. But I at least got to say hi, so that was good. Yeah, don't sound like rusty engines. I'd rather not. I feel like that's not gonna be like great audio if I did. Most people probably wouldn't be up for that as an idea. So welcome back. Hi. Welcome, welcome. You've just been hanging, chatting, but now welcome back from ads. Hopefully, you know, the vibes didn't get entirely destroyed or something. That's the worst part of that stuff. But, you know, I appreciate you guys. Just know that with the fact that, you know, I'm even doing this, means that you guys have supported this stream and me as a whole way more than I even expected. I'm gonna be so real. When I first, you know, thought about certain rewards, I wasn't even sure that, you know, we were gonna get there. And it's kind of neat that, I don't know, most of the rewards were entirely, you know, taken care of. I don't feel like a lot of, I don't think that a lot of streamers could really say that their community is a group that's, you know, is able to do the things that you guys do. So thank you. I appreciate that so much. And it's a huge part of why I do what I can to also give back how I can. Because, you know, I like making sure you guys know how much it's not just like a money thing. It's like I want to make a really fun and good experience every time I stream. Be as good of an entertainer as I can. even try the things that I'm not really familiar with, like ASMR. So, yeah. Love you, big guy. Love my hooligans. Love the chat. You guys make my night that much better, okay? You're doing great. Thank you. I do the best I can. It's all I think anybody really asks for. To try and do what you can. You know? This year has been probably not the best for a lot of people, myself included. But I'm not giving up. It's not me. I want to do even cooler things in next year. And, you know, we're already starting with stuff like this today. Yeah. This year was kind of ass. A little bit. One of those things where it just, I don't know. Things will look up. Things will get better. If you keep putting your time and effort towards, you know, making things a little better, I think it'll be nice. Yeah. Also, thank you if you're just joining us. Hi. Welcome in. My name is Hooty Who. I am the Night Owl VTuber with the nice deep voice. And ASMR is not my norm. It's a big treat for my community. So you caught us on a very special day. I do have an ASMR channel, but I haven't done a lot on there. But this might be positive motivation to do more. We'll see. I think I generally do a lot of things just to, because I think they're fun. I don't really have a major end goal or anything like that, right? It's like, I don't want to be a voice actor. I feel like that's a fun thing for some people. That like, that's their goal. Or stuff like that. I feel like at most, I mean, I just want to be an entertainer. And this is like some of the most fun I've had when it comes to being in that direction. Yeah. Could be fun on the occasion. Yeah. I wouldn't say no. That's for sure. I think it'd be really cool. Especially for those that have already done stuff like voice acting. So, yeah. Would you like to get an ASMR mic at some point? I think it would help. It would also definitely give motivation. But I feel like it's one of those things. It's one of those things where it's not a primary focus, right? I'm like, I don't have to make it worth the money that it costs. Because right now I think I do okay with the microphone I have. It doesn't have a, like, you know, by audio sort of way to make you feel even more immersed. Yeah, redacted the big ol' project first, and then thinking about stuff like that. just thinking about the future, having plans and, you know, striving for even cooler things, right? So, I don't know. Yeah. Put on headphones and you sound so good. Yeah. I'm glad you think so. Audio is like something that I didn't even realize how much I liked doing and making sound even better. But I do imagine something like this is way better. And you can hear the little tones in my voice with headphones on. Also, do you like my winter cabin, guys? I think it's nice and comfortable. I like this. It's nice and cozy. The scene that I think I can actually use after this too, and not just for ASMR. You're in the cabin for all of the winter time. Is a fun idea. So, nothing crazy, but it's like, you know, fun thing to have. I don't know if it was like my family that owned this cabin, or is it that we're, you know, stumbled across it for the winter. There's other cabins outside. Maybe at some point, who knows if we'll see like neighbors or something. I don't know. I'm not really much of a talking to my neighbors kind of guy though. You know. Yeah, blew in through the chimney. Or squatting. That's, I mean, if it wasn't being used, hey man, I'm making myself at home. Yeah, these are all the hooligans' house. Yeah. We live here. It's our house now. Mm-hmm. I think that, you know, I like the winter time. Snow is like more of a rare treat for me. I did actually get to, when I was younger, I built snowmen and like did all sorts of the you know, stereotypical kids running around in wintertime stuff. Yeah. Where it's like, I actually have gone sledding and I've gotten into snowball fights, which is kind of silly to think about. It's like, in hindsight, some people probably have never done that. And I'm like, oh man, have you guys ever, you know, have you gone snowboarding or skiing? That stuff is also really fun. It's one of my favorites during the winter time. And I think it's like, I don't know. It's kind of silly thinking about how often I would go. It was at least once a year. Around like between me and my little brother's birthdays. And so I'm like, my little brother's birthday is in like February and I'm in January. So it's like, it was a good time for it. I've been skating. Does that count? they're too scary you? Like snowboarding in video games. I think snowboarding is like, I think it's a lot less scary to me than ice skating. I don't know. I feel like at least you have like the nice, it can be soft snow. But, you know, it's more if you're in like actual snow resorts and not just the wilderness. Because that's not a, you know. Christmas, your birthday, his birthday. Yeah. I tell you what, Christmas was where the gifts came from. The other two, well, you know, not really as much. That's okay. No sledding though. Sledding is like not as fun as snowboarding in my opinion, but it was something that was like really cool when I was a kid. Yeah. I think it's silly thinking it, you know, thinking about that stuff. Cause it's like, I don't know. Sledding down a hill that I had in my neighborhood. It wasn't really even a neighborhood. It was just like, oh yeah, this is like a place without, like this is a random field without trees. So that's nice. The problem was like, because it was like nobody's property. It was like so wild, like didn't have a lot of nice grass or anything. It was just like the wild shrubbery kind of stuff. So not really good for sledding, but still, I tried. Yeah, I don't know. Birthdays also super, super silly. Because it's like, I don't know. I never really had birthday parties. Other than like one time. But that was like not really the best thing. It was like kind of weird. And I'm like, man, I do wish that that sort of thing was like way better than when I was actually having them as a kid. Not traumatized me, but it's like, it's one of those things where I'm like, dude, it kind of just like, I don't really even, not value, but it's like, they were never really big things, not big events. But Christmas was, so I don't know. Deserve a fun party. I like Christmas, and I don't know, fun parties like the, like, you know, getting together with family and friends. That's nice. But I feel like, yeah, nowadays, I'm like only tight with my immediate families. Yeah, it's not like we're having big reunions every year. Can you believe it? Yeah, just a month away. And Christmas party with the Hooligans. What would we want to do for Christmas? I mean, I don't know if I'm streaming for Christmas, but I could stream like the days around it, probably. You know. Christmas is 2 weeks away, dude. It's kind of crazy. Yeah. It's like, yeah, super close, too. Christmas is on a Thursday, so I'd at least be able to stream the Friday after Christmas. That's nice. You know. I'll get to talk about, like, I don't know, because it's like visiting my family for Christmas on the Thursday. Is it actually? 2 weeks plus 2 days. So 16 days from now. About. Well, I mean, it's the 9th, so just math. Yeah. Crazy. You know what's silly? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exactly 5 weeks away is my birthday. 5 weeks away is exactly my birthday. So that's kind of crazy to me. And December just started. Yeah, this year just started, man. I don't know if I'd want to be able... I don't want to do 2025 over again, guys. I want to just... Can we just move to 2026 already? It'll be nice. Sorry, I was adjusting the microphone. I muted so that I could do that. Yeah, sneezed strong enough to skip a couple months. Yeah. Feel like, yeah, only starting in September has it started to feel like actually super nice. Because, I don't know, the rest of the months I felt like I was, I don't know, not even sure what I was trying to do. Can we do some holiday karaoke? Yeah, actually that sounds like fun. I was thinking about that. Because it's like, I have a few songs that I really like, that I mean, and they're all mostly Christmas songs too. Because it's like, the old, like, lounge singer or, like, super classic Christmas music, but also stuff like The Grinch and stuff, or I like that stuff. That's nice. Could you imagine? Okay, so like, I don't know if you guys are familiar. Here's like the album that Jay Schlatt has done, and it's like a really good Christmas album. But then he did a sequel this year. It's really good. It just probably costs a lot of money to actually get the orchestra to do it. Singing the Mariah Carey high note. I don't know about that one. That's a little rough for me. The highs are not for my range for sure. I like the instrumental Christmas music we have, though. But I'm like, what would we want to put on that for the karaoke, right? Because we could do like straight up like the normal like jingle bells and stuff. I feel like that's almost silly in hindsight, right? Christmas tree, you know, and that'd be kind of fun. The classics. But I feel like, yeah, it's be like, I'll have a blue Christmas without you. Like the Elvis song. Or it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Everywhere you look. Little Saint Nick. I feel like that stuff is like, oh man. Blur? My music's being funky. That was weird. Time to bust out the Burl old anxiety. I was kind of that kind of song for sure. The Burl Ives tunes, yeah. But I feel like, yeah, there's like a lot of the classics with Frank Sinatra and stuff that'd be like really fun. Trying to think of like the ones that I really like though. Frosty the Snowman, yeah. Frosty the Snowman. Yeah. That'd be fun. That'll be fun. Where it's like super silly on some of them, but it's like really good on others, right? You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. Excuse me, I'm just trying to like not make awful noises on the mic. Terrible, terrible audio quality if I do that, right? Just get distracted with dice and stuff, right? I think this is always such a silly, fun idea. The dice. Roll the dice. Santa Claus is on its way with lots of toys and goodies in his sleigh. Yeah, I gotta like drink my water during it so that I don't like have bad audio with my mouth noises. That's the worst. Yeah. Just be nice and good tones. Roll for initiative. Yeah. I used to do when I was the pirate, right? There was like a song I used to like when it was ASMR, right? One of my favorites was like, it was like a waste of colors. That was good. I used to know all of the, you know, all of those lyrics. It was kind of fun. Only popping in a bit. No worries, appreciate you. Hi, Kit. How you doing? Happy Tuesday. Welcome, welcome. ASMR is like so silly. I don't know if you guys would want me to read you a story. Or is this one able to be read? Could do like the night before Christmas. At the minimum, right? I don't know. Maybe. Trying to think of like another good one. Maybe. I don't know. It's one of those things where I'm like, there's so many little, like, stories that I could be reading, but I'm not sure what would be the best option, right? Because I'm not about to start reading, like, Christmas horror stories or something, right? That'd be kind of silly. Oh, you know what? It's actually not the worst idea thinking about that. Is, reading, like, not horror stories per se, but reading stuff involving, you know, like, ghost stories at a different point. And it's not exactly, ASMR day, right? Yeah, why not? I don't know. We'll have to see. But, I mean, there's always a lot of fun other ideas too, right? Spooky stories, ASMR, around Halloween. That's true. That's definitely more of a Halloween thing. I feel like reading, like, one of those very scary stories is one of those where it's like, definitely maybe a video more than like a stream thing, right? Krampus, true. Krampus is a thing. It's not a bad idea. But it's like, Do you like scary stories? I feel like scary stories are not normally my thing, right? I don't know. Have you been naughty or nice? That feels like a loaded question. I feel like I've been nice enough. I feel like I have, I feel like I've been more needing a break. Not a break, but like cut some slack. More than anything. Christmas crust. Okay. Universe needs to give you a break. Yeah, I think that I'm a little overdue. Yeah, you cop. You're gonna Hell Santa on me? Hell, I mean, I could probably sell the coal for some good money too. Who knows? A narc. I do feel like next year I'll be a lot more consistent, I think. You know, in posting once a week on YouTube and TikTok. Maybe at some point could do more. We'll see. But still keeping up that is no small feat either, okay? I think you guys, you guys know that though. What do you think is like a thing that you, whenever you're either watching a YouTube video or binge watching something on YouTube, what do you think is your go-to, right? I feel like more often than not, I watch a lot of people play games that are like really long plays of like certain games, or like basically chopped up Vods, at least right now. That or basically like video essays. That, like video essays or not exactly news, but like somebody talking for a while about something they like, you know? So that's been a lot of my sort of energy, is like diving into topics that I may not know a lot about, or this person knows way more about anything that I would do. But, they're really passionate about it, and so they're just yapping for maybe an hour straight. Also, welcome in. Hi. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Hooty. I am the Night Owl VTuber. With the nice deep voice, that's who. But it's been a little bit of an interesting day today. Doing some ASMR. I nearly said playing ASMR. But that's not really the right word for it. No. Watching online craziness. Makes you realize you're pretty normal. I think that's not a bad thing to like, if you use it to kind of gather that, hey, maybe I'm not so weird. That's not a bad thing. But, I think a lot of other time, whenever I see stuff like, I don't know, a story involving news, drama stuff, it can kind of weigh on me. And I'm like, I don't always watch those things because it's like, I'd rather have good vibes that day or something, Where it's like, it's already stressful enough as is. I don't need that to add to what I'm already thinking about, right? I like them. Yeah. Love horror game playthroughs. Oh, true. I also watch a few Let's Players like that. Like, just playing some of the most recent horror games or something. I don't always watch those guys because one of my friends, he more often than not plays them on his stream. So I'm like, if I'm going to watch somebody play a horror game, it's probably going to be, one of my homies. Either my friend Shia or my friend Grimmy. So that's about the major stuff for that. Also, hi. Welcome in. Hi. If you're just joining us, welcome. This is a special treat of ASMR today. I can watch people play them, but I'm too baby to play them myself. Sometimes, when I'm in the middle of stream and we have played horror games, it's that I feel like I am absolutely out of my element. And I'm like, I don't want to move on. It's gonna make me terrified. But I am the only one that can do it. I'm the one here. Oh no. Sorry, I'm like messing with things in my hands. Just rolling dice around. I like this sound a lot, actually, so. The last essay I saw was like one game about, oh, interesting. Yeah, it does sound nice. It's nothing like super loud. I like that because of it. I do apologize if you are new and this is your first experience of me. I'm not super familiar with the stuff that people really like about ASMR, but I'm not about to make it like a joke kind of stream. You know what I mean? People wanted ASMR. I'll give you guys some ASMR. Yeah. You know what I mean? I feel like the music is a little too excitable sometimes. It's mostly been nice music for like smooth jazz. Like smooth Christmas jazz, at least. Like, yeah. First one was about Kyon. I like seeing whenever somebody like dives into a game series that I'm not really familiar with, right? Some like story for people talking in general, some like sounds, some like both. That's understandable. This one's like maybe a little too, I don't know if this is too loud or jarring as like a clicking thingy. I wish I had like a more, what's the word? A more directional audio thing where I can make it like more round and more like left and right ear. But that's like one of those super expensive ASMR microphones that I don't have right now. That's okay. I think I'd much rather, right now at the least, save up my money to the big project we have in mind, you know? Yeah. Bootleggins. Also, since, you know, it is the end of the year, you guys feel like, well, how do I explain this, right? Like, 2026, I don't know if I want to exactly have like New Year's resolutions, but I've been trying to think of stuff that I would be like, maybe goals for the year. Right? Something like that. As the time goes on, I start to like, resolutions are like so much harder. But goals can be like, almost like a checklist, right? They're like similar, but not quite the same. Saying hi to more people. Yeah. I want to be way more consistent and talk with more of my friends. That's for sure. That's definitely something that I would want to keep in mind. Keeping my homies way more a part of my life, talking to them. Trying to think other than those major goals. Maybe try to put out a cover, because I know that I've been really wanting to do more involving music, but it's like, that's a hard thing in general too. I feel like it'd be nice, right, to do a song with the big old project, but gosh, it's not an easy thing, you know. Especially if it's like, it's going to like dip into the funding for it too. Boot merch? Maybe. It's been a couple of years since I've had merchandise, so it might be something. I feel like with it, what I do, I'd like to get like, if it is merch, right? I think that's something that might have to wait until I'm done with redacted kind of thing, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Because like, this look isn't something that I could technically work with, but once it's my final design, then I could, you know, or at least rationalize it in my brain. Make it so that like that makes more sense, right? I think it'll be possible for sure. Yeah. But I'm not sure when, you know? I don't know. But a lot of things to look forward to. Plus, also, a bunch of new stuff for things like art. Clearly, you know, keeping consistent with like some hot boy art. You know what I mean? It's like I want more and more fan work. I want to make myself look nice. Yeah. Hoot boy. Hoot boy art. Yeah. Heck yeah. It's one of those things where, you know, getting yourself to have like those little treats, that's nice. Good looking hot boy art is good. But then again, I'm like, for somebody that can't do like if you couldn't do like hot boy art, getting something for like lady femme Hooty kind of thing would be also pretty good. At least finishing the design for that stuff. You already are a little treat. Oh my gosh. You guys. Menaces. I meant to press this one. Here's the blushy. There. Sorry, I don't use my expressions as much as I need to, man. There we go. Less crunchy bones. I think that it's like, I think that, yeah, getting better at being more active during streams, maybe. I don't know though. I feel like there's a lot that I've been trying to think about with streams and making videos and trying to do what I can. I'm not doing bad, that's for sure. I'm definitely physically, like, I'm decently fit. I think if I were to say like a goal though, right, is like, say like a fitness goal for the next year. I'm trying to think. I have like an idea. It's like it's my goal, like not fitness, but it's like maybe more toned. Nothing crazy, but it's like, yeah. Oh no, ads are going again. Guys, I'm not sure how long this stream might be, but yeah, well-deserved treat. Warm latte. Ooh, a latte. A warm treat at the least. What would a treat be for me right now? I don't know. Maybe if I were to... hot cocoa? That's not bad. However long you feel. Yeah. Doing this with a regular mic is more exhausting on your voice. I think it's not bad, actually. But it's being very mindful, if that makes sense. So it's a little more that I am... It takes a bit more energy to be mindful of my volume and tone. So, yeah. Not a bad thing, though. Vocal control. Because I think I'm pretty good at vocal control. And honestly, I think that, I don't know, it's like something that is kind of fun to work on almost. Not that not that I even need to, but it's like, I don't know, I like the idea of being like really good at like that stuff, right? Where it's like putting on a voice is one thing, but then, you know, just enhancing your own natural voice without like it being a quote unquote silly voice or something. That I think is kind of neat. And I've been trying to do a lot more of that, if anything. So that when I do stuff like this or like voice acting stuff that I might try to pursue, then it'd be like more consistent. And that's a harder thing for sure if you don't have that control. Like inflections, that's a hard thing in general too, because it's like, you know, kind of neat. Making something that's not just monotone, but not over the top, right? Yeah, vocal control is super important for throat health. Yeah, through my years of streaming, I've actually never lost my voice. And I kind of feel like I'm very smart about that stuff. I'm also not screaming all the time or stuff like that. But I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's like I do feel like whenever I have done like intense stuff with my voice, I can feel it where it's like either grated on that part of my voice, or if I were to say like, oh, I know that I need to rest after that kind of thing, you know. And I think that's kind of neat to think about, but it's like, yeah, I've never overdone it past a point where I'm like, I'm starting to feel it. Not like now, but it's like whenever I have, I'm like, I'm not gonna do more past that. I'll stop. I'll make sure that it's rested. So, yeah. You know. Important. Ace Attorney kills the throat when you gotta play several characters. Yeah, that's the problem with a lot of like really long text games where you're not really trying to go crazy, but even still it's like a workout for sure. That's interesting to think about. So whenever I can, I try to find a game where I don't have to do all the voices, even if it might be something that people would like to hear, if that makes sense. I'm like, I just don't want to destroy my voice, that's all. Okay. It's okay. Oh no. Hands are going. Damn. It's okay, dude. Hands are the worst. Man. Also, thank you for the head pat. Oh no. I'm starting to get myself tired. Wow. Breathe in and do better that way. Don't yawn on mic during your ASMR. It's That's not gonna be good. Yeah, falling asleep to your own ASMR is next level stuff, bro. That's kind of silly. Especially when you're like, it's not the intent. I'm not trying to, okay? Come on. You guys can fall asleep to this, but it's not supposed to be me falling asleep to it. Wow. Again, gone. Sorry. Be silly. Yeah. ASMR stream hypnosis. Yeah, just go to sleep. You're feeling very sleepy. I gotta actually drink some water, so I'm gonna mute real quick. Yeah, okay. I just don't like drinking mouth sounds on a microphone. It's not gonna be good audio for ASMR. That's not my thing, at least. Man, I feel like today being a slightly, not a long stream. Your sipping face. Do I look a little silly when I'm sipping water? I could kind of imagine maybe. It's one of those things where I'm like, I don't exactly know because I wasn't, so I'm not fully paying attention. Welcome back from ads. I'm sorry that they play. Wish I could stop them, but it'd be even worse for those that are, new and just joining us if we didn't, do them at the time we did. On the top of the hour. Let me see. I think it'd be kind of silly, but it'd be fun. Let me see, is this the right version of The Night Before Christmas? Let me see. I think so. How old is this story now that I'm looking at it, right? Because I'm like thinking about that. What's The Night Before Christmas, right? How old is this story? It says originally published in 1823. Oh, wow. Well then. Okay. Interesting. I had no idea. Well, that's interesting. Huh. It is absolutely public domain. That is for sure. But I'm like looking at original copies, and it's so interesting. They have like handwritten versions of the old poem because it's considered a poem too. So I'm like, oh, neat. Huh. Interesting. That's nice. I mean, it is, in the traditional sense, it is a poem. So, interesting to me. Would you like to hear without like the music, maybe? I don't know. I feel like it'd be kind of silly, but it'd be kind of fun. Would this be better for just the background? Let me see. Yeah. I'll just put some ambient piano and stuff in the back for this. Hold on, sorry. False start. Do over. It was the night before Christmas, and all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, and all in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, whilst visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mama in her kerchief, and I in my cap, and just settled our brains for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there rose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new-fallen snow gave a luster of midday to objects below. When what to my wandering eyes did appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer, with a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment he must be Saint Nick. More rapid than eagles his course they came. He whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner, on and Blitzen. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall. Now dash away, dash away, dash away all. As leaves that before the wind wild hurricane fly, and they meet with an obstacle mount to the sky. So up to the house top, the coursers they flew, with the sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas too. And then, in a twinkling, I heard on the roof the prancing of and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed in all fur, from his head to his foot. His clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back. He had looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and his beard on his chin was white as snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad-faced and a little round belly that shook and he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was a chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head, soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and filled all the stockings, and turned with a jerk, and laying his finger on side his nose, and giving a nod up chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and flew, and away they all flew like the dawn of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim, ere he drove out of sight, Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night. Yay! Aw, that's a cute little one. I do like that. I remember when I was a kid, it was like, there was like a version that my parents had. It was like a Cajun version of the night before Christmas, and it's kind of silly to me. Also, welcome in if you're just joining us. Hi, a Cajun version. Yeah, a Cajun what now? Sorry, it's like my mouth is like starting to feel sore from trying not to like be super loud. Okay. You gotta read us that version. I don't know if there's writing of it online or not. Maybe there is. I'm not sure. You're fine. I know. It's a little silly though. Yeah, the Cajun virgin. That's me, man. Sorry. That's so stupid. Oh my god. Holy shit. Could show the video. Oh, I'll have to show another time, yeah. That one, there's one I saw recently, which was like a video of like this old Cajun guy reading this video, this like Cajun version of A Night Before Christmas. And it's like so silly in hindsight. It's like really funny to me because there was a version I remember when I was a kid that it's like they swore in French and stuff. It was really silly. Like it's definitely not like a normal thing, you know. I don't know. I'll have to show you guys another time for sure. Because it's like so goofy, bro. It's like, I know for a fact that nobody else, or not a lot of other people probably even know what the hell it even is, man. It's really funny. Yeah, I shared it with Senna before, and it's so stupid. It's like, oh my god. And it's like, if you don't have like any understanding of like the accents, it's something that might even be like really hard to like understand what he's even saying. And it's really funny to me. At least the one that I saw. Sounds awesome. Like imagine if you've ever seen the Disney movie Princess and the Frog. There's like a firefly in that movie that's like really Cajun. It sounded like him, basically. And it's like, I like that. My name is Raymond, but you can call me Ray. my did he say friends or family? But everybody call me Ray. Yeah. Man, I'm gonna be so real. I'm starting to definitely feel it in my throat. I'm so sorry that this may not be like a super long stream, but I'm super out of practice when it comes to ASMR. But I think I did it about what I was wanting to do today at the least, okay? It's beginning to strain a tiny bit, and I can definitely feel it. Water and stuff is not helping, and so I'm like, maybe not. Don't want to overdo it. That's for sure. Yeah. Could try to do it more often. Maybe, yeah. Let me see. I'm not familiar with anybody else that would be doing ASMR. And I don't believe that I would, I don't know if I want to have you do, jump into the, somebody else's stream that is not doing ASMR. Or something adjacent at the least. Yeah, dream warm tea. Drink warm tea. Yeah, I'll make sure that I'm taking care of my voice afterwards. That's for sure. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out, being a part of this, okay? I want you to know that you mean a lot to me, okay? My community is very, very kind, and I am very happy to have been able to do this as a reward for you guys. So, thank you. I might try to do more recording at the least, so that you guys have something, you know, eventually as a treat more often. I think for those things, doing ASMR with like a script and having something more consistently like that would be nice. So, I appreciate you guys, okay? Thank you so much for hanging out. Yeah. Let's see. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll be back on Friday again. It would be that I would probably be playing a bit of the new Pokemon DLC. I'm excited for that. And then we'll see what's next week's that we have in store. If we play more Pokemon, or if we dive back into playing Final Fantasy Tactics. We'll see. There's a lot of fun games that are, you know, going around. So we might even play like a one-off. There's another one that I saw that was really fun as an idea. So I'll see what we have in store next week too. But love you guys so much. And we're going to call it here for now, okay? I appreciate you. Let me get good musics so that we can, you know, have ourselves a good, like, fade out for today. I have to get like the Peanuts Christmas music, basically. because that's my favorite stuff for sure. Hold on. Yeah, rest well. I will, I will. Alrighty. Appreciate you guys, okay? I hope you get some good rest. Again, I'll be back on Friday. But for now, check out my other stuff, Twitter, etc., whatever you'd like. And I'll be back then. Alrighty. Good night. Love you guys to bits. Take care of yourself, okay? Good night.